that sometimes it takes weeks just because that's the way the administrative side of getting a check to somebody, or actually where do we send the patches and who's going to be there to take this whole dynamic of logistics and getting what you want to give into the theater where there's a problem. That's been frustrating for you, hasn't it been?
It has been. Let's take the situation that just happened in the Ukraine, and there was this global outpouring of what was going on with the refugees, right? So the war is a terrible thing, and we have families that are having to retreat into Romania, into Poland. And the first thing that we did as a response was we donated money to the Red Cross to provide medical aid. We donated money to UNICEF to specifically go to the children that were affected by this. We donated supplies and patches to our members in Poland and Romania. The problem, that's all a great thing, but the problem with it is that it took weeks to get all of these things arranged. And so the frustrating part for me is that these are people that need help now, not in a couple of weeks. They need help now. And so it was these type of incidents where I began to think that I would like to have the capability to provide medical aid, provide relief effort to people within a 24-hour period. And so the question was, how could we do that? Could we apply some things that we do really well, like innovation and product development? Could we put those skills to use and develop a system where we could take matters into our own hand and within 24 hours provide the relief that people need?
Well, that's interesting. So you started to apply your technical awareness, your technology awareness, and so how do you begin?
Yeah, so actually this began with my son. So like a lot of young men, he was uncertain about the direction that he wanted to go in life. And he had tried college and it really wasn't for him. So I had to sit and pray over it and think about, what is my son really engaged in, and that's going to get him excited. And then the idea came to me. As fate would have it, before Lifewave, I was developing emergency equipment for the Navy. And one of the things that I specialized in was power generation. So I was developing new batteries, new fuel cells, and in particular, a new type of turbine engine that didn't have blades, that worked with a novel combustion system and could provide power in an emergency on a submarine. So this was something that myself and my team were doing back in the 90s. So I approached my son and said, Matt, I have this idea of a project that you and I could work on together, and here's what would be involved. And he immediately got excited about it, and he decided to drop everything else that he was doing, and he moved back to Florida, where I am now, and he came to work for me, and we got started on this project. And it started as something that we were going to do as father-son, but then as we began to innovate and develop, it became really obvious to me that we were doing something cutting edge. This was going to be much, much bigger than a simple, project or hobby, and that we could help an enormous number of people if we applied what we were learning and doing to this project. So it started out pretty humble and simple, and it developed into something which I think today is incredibly extraordinary.